Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, then welcome to you. Today I'm going to be doing the monthly reads for June 2020, and I am going to be reading now for my lovely trusty Capricorns. So if you are new to my channel, then my monthly reads, what I do is I tend to premeditate on some starter cards, which are the ones here in front of you. That allows me then to sit quietly and do some meditative poetry, which I will read at the very end. The cards I'm going to be using today, my lovelies, I was so drawn to this mermaid sea theme this month, okay? And that is why I've gone with the mermaid oracles, because I just like I say, I just felt I needed to do this for some important key messages. So the cards I'll use, as I said, I will drop in the description box below. And without further ado, Capricorn, what I was feeling for you when I was sitting in my sort of meditative state, I felt as though I wanted to take, the time out card here. It says awareness, contemplation, solitude and time alone. And I felt this was the energy that you have been in. I felt like this was coming in at the start of June. A lot of you have sat there in your, and I want to say dark times, okay? Your head has been filled with loads of things, okay? Loads of things that you want to do. You've got these dreams and ambitions, yet I felt with the decisions card that came up later on, it's as though you're in this frozen state. It's as though everything you want to do, everything that you want to purchase, everything that you want to, get going, you can't at the minute. It's as though the months that have been leading up to June, you've been totally in this lockdown thaw. I want to say, not lockdown thaw, lockdown frozen environment. But the thaw, that's where I was getting at, the thaw is slowly starting to come in. There's cracks appearing in the ice, okay? Now, I also felt that, as I said, it's frustration. And I looked at the Wasp Spirit card, okay, when I was doing the next bit on my poetry read. Sometimes life stings, okay? And I looked at this wasp here, and I always look at this part here. I don't know whether I'll bring it in. It looks like it's got lead boots on, okay? Literally couldn't take off because, as I said, it just felt it weighted down. And this was the energy I was feeling with Capricorn on all levels, whether it's health, whether it's financial, whether it's relationships. It's as though you're walking along, dragging, walk literally in lead boots, stuck in a deep freezer. That's really not a very nice look, is it really, Capricorn? But this was what I was feeling. It's like you couldn't move because of the heaviness. You couldn't get, everything was being put on ice because you hadn't got the financial money to do it and everything else. And I felt it was as though you were waiting, literally as it says here, taking the time out, just sitting there and thinking, will this ever materialise? Will I ever get the money that I am owed? Will I ever get this separation from whoever that is dragging you down, okay? And it was this kind of a vibe, okay, that I sort of picked up in the meditative poetry. But, my lovely Capricorns, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a thaw coming in, and I felt as though, if I look at the decisions cards here and I read on the back of it, it says, honour your top priorities, honour your top priorities. If it's not an absolute yes, then it's not a no, okay? So it's saying, you might be sitting there thinking, I can't possibly do it, just forget it. I want to say, don't doubt that you can manifest what it is you really waiting to hear on. Because I felt for some of you, literally you are waiting for a phone call, you are waiting for the green light on something, and it's coming because of the thaw setting in here. Payback time as well, I want to say, for some of my Capricorns out there. It's like you'll hear some news coming in and you'll think, wow, I'm glad to hear that because they deserve that. Or It's news that you'll hear about of a third party, and it'll come to you and you'll just think, that's meant to be. That couldn't have happened to a nicer person. And I don't want to sound it in a nasty kind of vibe, but I feel someone has crossed you in the past, for some of you, and you'll hear this information coming in where they could have ended up going to jail for something that they've done. They could have ended up being moved away, evicted from a house or an area. But it'll be like music to your ears for some of you. Now, that's not going to resonate for all of you, but I had a really strong message there, thinking, oh, wow, that couldn't have happened to a nicer person type of scenario. So I also picked all this up from these 3 starter cards. But what I'm going to do now is start shuffling the cards to see what else is going to come out for you, Capricorn. Okay? So let's have a look what else is coming out for you. But I did, like, it's an important phone call's coming in June that is literally going to be this catalyst, this where it's going to get everything the ball starts rolling, and it's going to be rolling your way. Okay, I just want to take that one there for a second. And we've got the force, strength. Okay, and that picture alone is just saying, yes, I can see the light here. Yes, the universe is working in my favour, and at last, as I said, the energy is coming to bring in this thaw as well. Where, as I said, you've had these lead boots on, where you've been frozen, all these projects and everything has been put on hold. There's this magnitude of force coming in now to get this energy, this dark energy that you've been in, Capricorn, okay? So I also want to say, on the romantic side of things, you know, the time out now is to say, look, you may have been out of a relationship for quite some time. You haven't been involved. You didn't feel like you wanted to get involved. You felt numb to the core because the last relationship, you know, you've been put through a lot. But it's saying here that, you know, on the relationship stance for some of you, not all of you, then there could be new people coming in for you, Capricorn, as well this month. We have 2 of stars, boldness, okay? And as I said here, I just feel it's like self-love. You've got to start loving yourself, okay? I want to say connect. For those who are already in a relationship, it's to say, like, you'll feel, where I felt there's been a bit of a distance between you because of everything that's been going on and the pressure and the stress, you know, where the money might have been a bit lack, you know, in these times where people have been furloughed off and you know, they have lost their jobs and everything. But it's saying here that's being rectified, and it's being, I want to say, there's some of my Capricorns, a family is going to be reunited as well in June, where you haven't seen somebody for quite some time. I feel like you know, a reunion there of a family unit, where somebody may have been working away, you know, they haven't been able to have any contact, you know, with what's been going on, but at last you've been able to engage. There's going to be engagements here. I just want to say family. If it's not a family, then it's your loved one, your partner, where you've distanced yourself and you feel, at last I can connect with them again. Okay, not all of you, but some of you. So let's look at what else is coming out for you, Capricorn. That definitely wanted to fly out. See what I mean? 8 of Hearts, codependency. So as I said, I felt really strong there that I feel some of you have lacked love as well. Okay, you've sort of not wanting to engage or not wanting to connect, or, you know, because they're frightened of getting hurt again. But I do feel here there's going to be a connection, a strong connection here that you are going to feel. And as I say, if it's not through family, then I do feel this is through a sort of new relationship coming in. It's as though you're sitting there thinking this could materialise into something a little bit more, and you feel at ease with it. I feel by the end of June you will feel at ease with this person, that I feel is coming in for you, Capricorn, okay? So let's have a look what else I feel that's coming in here. I feel some of you, and I know this is really, really off the wall, okay, but looking at the Force card and the Strength, I'm looking at this as a prediction now. This is going to make some of you laugh. But some of you are going to engage, and I reckon around September, in an art, something to do with art, whether it's an art class or you're attending, or you may be asked to be a life subject for people to draw. Okay, that is really random and it's just popped out, but I had to put that in. It's as though you may get asked, say, somebody might say, could you use you as a subject? You just come along and you'll just get paid your expenses and you just sit there and people draw you, okay? Or, as I said, some of you, I got literally September, I feel September, I want to say with September, are going to get into some kind of art class, or literally turn to art. You've never done it before. You may just grab, you know, some paints and canvas and literally think, I'm going to have a go at this, okay? But I do feel September, so that was a prediction, okay, for you, Capricorn. We've got Knight of Stars, the Adventurer. So I do feel going through the end of June, going into July, then I see a trip here. I see a little trip. And I know this is another prediction and the way things are at the moment, but I just feel sort of a, you know, even if it's just one night away, staying with a friend somewhere, you know, if it's only sort of like 20 miles away from where you live, but I just see this engaging on this adventure and connecting with somebody that you haven't seen for a while. I want to say a friend that you haven't seen for a while. Let's just get some more clarification on the reading for you then, Caps. Let's just get another. But definitely art is key. There's definitely a prediction there of starting art or doing with art. Right then, let's have a look. And we have the High Priestess, Intuition. I think I've got another card attached to this, so I'm going to take the two for you, Caps. Is there? Or is it just me? Oh, I thought there was two cards there. Oh, it is. Yeah, I was wrong. All right. Oh, that's nice. The High Priestess, Intuition. Okay. So this month for June, allow your ideas. As I said, it's been in this time where you haven't had the money to do things, but going through the end of June, it's saying here you're going to be more connected with who you are. I feel some of you have lost your identity, okay? And the High Priestess is coming out to say that you've got to go within, because I've got all the blue here, emotional, you know, it's like a emotional turmoil that's going in with you, inside you, that has made you think, you know, I have lost my bearings, I've lost who I am. So there is going to be some self-healing as well for you as we go through the month of June. We've got the Empress Mother card here, and I feel this is a person, a female, who is going to be around you, who is going to, you know, be there and support you. It's going to be a new person coming in, and they are going to be literally on the same wavelength as you. So I just want to pick these two cards up here. If I can just show you the third eye in the High Priestess, and we look at the Empress Mother, okay, because obviously it's like the priestess and then this is the mother figure to this card. If we look at the light here, it's as though that, I want to go like that. I literally want to turn the two cards together to say, you know, there's this connection coming in. It doesn't have to be female, it can be male, but it's as though they are going to put you on the right track. They are going to assist you. They are going to make, between you, you're going to make this partnership where, I want to say creative ideas. You are literally going to be so creative in this person's company, okay? Now this could be a partner that's with you already, and as I said, where you've distanced yourself over the last previous months, I feel this reuniting coming back in, then you are literally going to be helping each other. Okay, so I just want to get one more card out for you, Caps, on this, just to see what's coming in now at the very end of June. But this is a really, really sort of gone from the dark into the light. Okay, and you as a person will gain some understanding of who you are, because I do feel you have lost yourselves a little bit. Okay, and I want to say, some of you where you haven't had a religious belief before, some of you could be tapping into that with the High Priestess. You know, it doesn't have to be like God or anything. It's whatever you believe in. If it's the divine, if it's the spiritual, it's something that you'd want to investigate a little bit more. But I do feel there's a person going to be coming in on that level who'll sort of guide you as well and be part of that. So we have the Six of Hearts here, the past, and again we've got another card that's come out, Five of Hearts, sorrow. So this is a message for you, because I said this is going to come in at the end of June. The past, it's saying here, don't get into that pattern, repeated pattern of dwelling on the sorrows of your past. Okay, you've got to move forward from this. I feel like I want to say, sometimes, Capricorn, you're your own worst enemy. Dwelling on things in the past, you can sort of thinking, yeah, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to get on with my life, I'm going to, you know, not think about people who've hurt me and everything. But there's always this like skeleton in the cupboard that just grabs you. Okay, and it's just a little warning that is to say that by the end of June you could fall foul of allowing things from your past to seep in. It's like a bleed of colour. It's like all these images on this card here, the sorrow, it's like you keep reliving, literally keep reliving. It's like a cine film in your head that it flicks a switch on a night time and you're there, and it's all starting to bleed through again. Okay, and this is what shifts your focus. But it's saying you've got to start living in the now. You will have some difficult times. I'm not saying it's easy, and we do have, like, if you struggle with anxiety or you struggle with depression, then it's, you know, it's so easy for you to fall. And that, I also look at the dark horse, the dark warrior. It's like it entices them to come back in. But it's to say, okay, when you do get these periods of darkness, when you do get these periods of depression, let that, you know, seat on that warrior horse, that dark horse, and allow them to maneuver you through the emotional turmoil. So it's going to be a bit of up and down then for you, my lovely Capricorns, going through the month of June. But there is going to be a key person coming in, whether male or female, on that third eye, that connection there where I wanted to turn both of you together. Okay, so that is a positive there. So what I'm going to do now is just read the Little Mermaid affirmation card. What comes out for you, Capricorn? It could be as well, the month of June, it's a remembrance, what brings the sorrow and the past, where it's a remembrance of a loved one, a really close loved one in spirit, and it's at the end of June, wherever that connection is. That's come right at the end of the reading to say, like, it always gets you down for a couple of days and then you'll come out of it again. So it could be a message, just a remembrance there of a loved one. So we've got wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves and drink in the sunshine. So that is a lovely message there from the mermaid, saying, you know, believe in your otherworldly beauties. Don't dwell on the negatives, okay? Look at all the beauty that is around you. Look at all the positive things that are around you, okay? What, you know, whilst you're waiting for all this to sort of come in, that you know, the legalities, the money side of things. So it's saying here, dance with the waves and drink in the sunshine. Now, to me, guys, I would do what that card says if you can. You know, it's like saying chill out, and be grateful for the things you have around you at this moment in time. But just know and hang on to the fact that better things are coming in. Okay, so let's just have a look at the universe has got your back, the message from that card. And we have, taking the top one, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. It amazes me, guys, how these cards literally work. Okay, we've got a new moon here, so we can, you know, we're completing a cycle. We're going into a new phase. Okay, you are getting more grounded, and you can do all it says, turn the trauma into healing, the sorrow and the pain that you get pulled back to at the end of the month. Okay, the conflict into growth, as the tree depicts there, and fear, you know, into love. So just take those words and remember those words as we go through the month of June. Now what I'm going to do, because it was a mermaid themed reading this month, I did acquire a new journal, a writing journal. I haven't written in it yet, and it had a mermaid picture on the front. Absolutely beautiful artwork, and this is by Lucy Cavendish, the same person who did the mermaid oracle decks I've used this month. It's got some fabulous pictures in. Okay, it's weird how I turned to that one in the dark, and it's like, you know, this is what I feel that my Capricorns have felt, and this is key. There's an importance here why I've picked, you know, I've just picked that book up randomly. I haven't literally even gone through this book yet, guys. But that is significant there, because I feel I need to put a message here to somebody who may have gone through some treatment, a female, obviously, because of the hands of where they're placed. I want to say investigations to do with the chest area, okay? And it's saying here, you're looking to a dark future because you're uncertain of what the investigations will find here, okay? But I want to say, whatever the results are, whatever the tests that you've got to go through, I just want to say there is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? Where you feel you're in stormy waters, you're in an area that you're uncertain of, okay? Then just to hold on to the faith, because there was faith in your reading, wasn't there? And that's weird how that's come out, but I just wanted to put that on because that's just jumped out at me, that I do feel there's some females out there who may be going through some issues health-wise, where there's some investigation tests going on the chest area, okay? Because I've turned on that page, I'm going to stay on that page and read the message that's on the opposite side for you then, Capricorn. And it's got mermaids with their moods, even their rages and tempers, their boundless capacity for kindness and love and freedom show us how to live fully once again. Like the wild things we are, like the shining beings we can be once again. So again here, mermaids with their moods, even their rages and tempers, and this is the things that I was feeling with the Capricorn energy. Some of you can get in a rage, some of you can fly and have a temper because of the mood swings that some of you can go through, okay? But it's saying here, like the wild things we are, like the shining beings we can be once again. We can become to our true selves. As I said, some of you feel lost, okay? And it's weird how, you know, this is, you know, it's got here, like the wild things, and we had the wild card that came out in the mermaid card. This is why it amazes me and why I get these really strong messages to do certain themes in my readings, and this couldn't have been more poignant for me to do this, and I'm so glad I bought this journal. It's an absolutely lovely journal. But that is a really, really key message there for you, Gemini. And not every page has got a picture on either. So I hope some of you can take on board why that came out, especially on the female with this picture here. So what I'm going to do now is read you my little bit of poetry that I've done for you, Capricorn. Okay. So let's have a look what we've got here for the month of June. So I'm just going to read this to you now. So many dreams and ambitions are frozen in time. You are sitting and waiting for a lifeline, a lucky break that fate will bring. So sit and wait for the phone to ring. Sometimes life stings and we pay the price. When we feel low, is the time we entice the dark warrior horse to lead the way. You will win this battle and people will pay. The thaw is starting, there are cracks in the ice. The world you have been living in has been too black and white, but a rainbow of colour will start paving its way, taking many forms to brighten your day. So keep busy and focused on all that you do, because that long-awaited news is coming to you. So those are my words, and I'm just going to leave those with you because they are obviously self-explanatory there. So Capricorn, to finish up this amazing reading, because it is amazing how it's all connected, okay, I'm going to pull out your little charm for the month. Let's dig deep and let's have a look what comes out for you. And we have the little fairy, okay, sitting on a new moon with a star placed behind its wings. They are looking out to the future. They cannot see what is coming in. They cannot see the new beginnings coming in here, and most of all the wish, the dreams that are just waiting to push through. So on both the collective and the love aspect here, some of you as well, it's a worrying time, especially for those of that picture that I just picked up with the females with the investigations in the chest area, that you could be thinking, what is waiting for me? You know, I'm wishing here that everything is going to be okay. And that is why the symbolism of this little charm has been pulled out for you today, my lovelies. So hang on to your wishes, hang on to your dreams, okay, because the thaw is coming in. And before I go, I just want to say a couple of shout outs. I want to shout out to Robbie, who's one of my avid commenters on here, and I do really appreciate you, Robbie, okay. So for you, my lovely, I just want to say thank you for your support, because I know you've been sharing my posts to your friends saying please follow this lady. So I do thank you for that, Robbie. It's, you know, I've got more subscribers coming in, dripping in slowly, so I want to say thank you. I want to say hello to Chris, because I haven't seen him for a while. He's a more of an older generation, okay, a senior citizen, I will say. I haven't heard from him for a while, and I just hope he's okay. So I'll just put my prayers and wishes out to you, Chris. And I want to put a thank you to somebody, a little family I met recently, a couple of months ago, through a family member of mine who's moved out, a friend of mine. They live close by these people. And they've been really kind. And that's to Holly and Craig and their two little adorable daughters of Esme and Poppy. And they're a really nice family, obviously going through things at the moment, but they were so kind to me that they gifted me something that originally came from a place called Tintagel in Cornwall, and they gave me this, and I've got it on here, and I'm going to just bring it into shot. I have taken the little ribbons off it because you can actually tie it around your neck like a choker, but I just wanted to bring it to show it you. Absolutely, because I've been doing my fairy themes for my subscribers. Obviously anybody new, then I have done fairy themed oracles, because I do different themes for my readings. But they gifted me this, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I just want to say thank you, guys, because I don't really get many gifts given to me, and it was just a lovely thought, so I do appreciate that. I also want to shout out to a lady called Julie, and I know she's been having some difficulties. Jules, this is a big hello to you and a big hug as well, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon. So I hope you're okay as well. So that's all my little Capricorn friends out there that I wanted to say thank you to. And guys, if you are new to my channel, then any support, any subscribes does help me with my tribe and makes my tribe grow. And I wish you a lovely June ahead, and I will look forward to reading to you next time. So take care, my lovelies. Bye then.